Well, I guess everybody survived Black Friday. I did not leave the house today. I just stayed in. I did a little online shopping, but I was not about to get out into the fray of all of that mess. All right, we've just got one break tonight, and that is our new release product, which is Absolute Basketball. We do have a little bit of information that we like to go over before we start ripping, so let's go ahead and get rolling with that while everybody's getting in the room and getting situated. First up, a little note about feedback. My feedback is automated on eBay. Blah, 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 blah. That way, anytime you leave positive feedback from me, you are instantly going to get the same in return without having to wait on me to find time to do it. Yay, automation. And of course, far more importantly, there, a big thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding and breaking and chatting with me, keeping me company, hanging out, sharing scores, you know. All right, we're taking a look now at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we're going to break Flawless Baseball. It's a loose box from a shared case, and a full case of Immaculate Football. On Sunday, a half case of autographed mini helmets, some Gold Label Baseball by the half case. Those are loose boxes from a shared case. And Dynasty Baseball in a full case quantity, but those are also loose boxes. They are just in a case quantity. On Monday night, we're going to start early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Believe it or not, we have a new release on Monday for Cyber Monday, and that is Rookies and Stars Football. We'll open a full case of that along with a half case of Immaculate Football, loose boxes from a shared case on those, and a half case of Leaf Autograph Football jerseys. On Tuesday, we're going to open another case of Leaf Autograph full-size football helmets, Flawless Baseball half case, and Playbook Football 8-box inner. On Wednesday, we're going to start at 8 Eastern, and honestly, we probably should have started earlier than that. It is a giant new release day, and I would expect that break will probably take us somewhere between 3 and 4 hours. I could be wrong, but that a lot of cards, especially in that Bowman Draft Jumbo. So I hope it's less, but, it's probably going to be a long one. We will break a half case of Elite Extra Edition baseball. I didn't type baseball in there, but it is baseball. There are two separate bidding categories in addition to our regular team categories. There's a category for unsigned international players and a second bidding category for all Team USA cards. Then we'll open a full case of Obsidian Football, a half case of Prism Basketball. Those again are loose boxes from a shared case. And then a half case of Bowman Draft Jumbo Baseball. And Thursday night will be an off night because, after Wednesday night, I'm gonna need to have Thursday night to sort, right? For sure. All right, so that gives us an idea of what we're looking at in the days ahead. Let's talk about tonight. Just the one break. It's Absolute Basketball, a 10-box case. I've got it projected to get out the door on or before Tuesday. Since it doesn't have a ton of cards in it, I'm hopeful I can actually get it done prior to Tuesday. But just because I'm not certain, I'm going to leave it setting Tuesday and we'll hope for faster. If you should happen to get skunked in this break, and by skunked, I mean don't hit a single thing, not a base card, not a card of any sort, you will still get consolation card or cards, and they will ship out when the rest of the break ships, since this is a paid shipping break. So it is a 10-box case of 2019-20 Absolute Basketball. This is break number 1. Ended tonight on eBay Friday night, the 29th of November. Team names on the left, winning bidders cross from on the opposite side. We'll scroll down through there and give everybody a chance to see their name up in lights here. And that's it. We're ready to get going. Well, one more tiny little thing. I am going to mess with the focus here a tiny bit. I'm going to remove the autofocus, and I'm going to slightly tweak it. Your background is going to go out of focus a little bit, but please don't be concerned by that. That is intentional so that we can see the cards up closer. Well, howdy to you, Jay Allen. How are you? You want Black Friday packs. You know what? We didn't get any Black Friday packs. We're not allowed to have them as breakers. It's retail only. I don't even know what all the qualifying products were this year, honestly. There's always a list of stuff that qualifies for Black Friday, but you can only get it if you have a physical brick and mortar location. So unfortunately, I don't have any Black Friday packs, my friend. I wish I did. I don't imagine they came with Absolute. I don't imagine they would have come with Absolute Basketball anyway. It usually comes with stuff like older stuff that, you know, Panini's trying to get people to rebuy. And that's usually how those Black Friday packs come. But you never know. You never know. Andrew. Hey, Andrew. Yeah, Prism Basketball is listed for its release day on Wednesday night. For sure it is. And Joe's here, logged into his right account. The account he meant to be logged into last night, I should say. All right, we are supposed to find, somewhere in here it should tell us, but does it? There. 2 autographs and 2 memorabilia cards per box on average. You know how that works. Panini always says on average, because it's a little CYA. Sometimes they don't give us what we're expecting to get. And sometimes they replace what we're expecting to get with a points card. Fortunately, it's rare that something doesn't show up at all. It happens, but it's rare. But it is more common that we find those points cards from time to time. If we find one of those tonight or more, one or more, you can expect that we'll give those out using random.org at the end of the break. Jay Allen, you have the Jazz, the Hornets, and the Kings in here tonight. All right, well, that sounds like a good group. Hopefully we'll find something, find something for you amongst all of this. I'm getting them obviously all out of the master boxes, if you will, first, and then we'll do the mini boxes from there. If they do it, I haven't seen any of the breaks of it yet this year, but if they do it like they have done in the past, the packs inside each of those mini boxes will actually be clear packs. So we won't take those out ahead of time like we do when they're not clear packs. So we'll just open, you know, a mini box or 2 at a time like that. You want a glass card and a bunch of autos. Well, I would be all right with that. I don't know why I didn't cut the plastic on all those as I set them up there. It would have been the smarter thing to do. Normally I do. For some reason I didn't tonight. I don't know. At least I don't. Yeah, no, I didn't. I have to think about it a minute. I think because I had them. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. It wasn't in my wheelhouse. I just didn't think about it for a change. Jay Allen says, yeah, they're clear packs again this year. I figured they probably were. That's always how it's been in the past. But you never know. Every once in a while they change things up. So let me get a few little sleeves out on the table here. And then we will see what we can find. Andrew, you said it looks good this year. All right, so the card design and everything looks good. I have not seen a single break of it. I was busy sorting and shipping all day, as I am most days, and I didn't even turn on any breaks, actually. All right, let's see what we've got. Yeah, so they are, I guess we're looking at just 1 pack per mini box then, which will make things a little bit easier. That might be our, well, there is a redemption right there. Might be our glass card right there off the top, possibly. We'll find out here in a minute. All right, so our base cards, of course, we'll take a look at the front and back, but they are not numbered. So normally we're not going to continue to flip those over, but just because we're in the first pack right now, we'll take a little more time to look at stuff. And the ones that are numbered, you'll notice is numbered right there on the front, just to 199. So we'll be able to catch the numbering without a lot of problems. Looks like we've got a Ja Morant here for the Grizzlies, maybe a tiny imperfection, that lower left corner on the back. So that is quite a nice way to start out, especially if you've got Memphis with your rookie Ja Morant. And you know what? It's also a 1 of 1. So I'm really happy with the way this break is started. I almost didn't notice that 1 of 1 until right there at the end. So 1 of 1, Ja Morant for the Grizzlies. A fantastic start to our first break of absolute basketball. Like, you couldn't have almost asked for better. Unless it had been Zion, right? Bruno Fernando for the Hawks. And that is one of 2 memorabilia cards that we're going to find here in this first box. Which, as I said, I think may have our glass card, looks like maybe on the bottom too. So this turns out to be a pretty loaded little mini box right here. And the hits keep on coming. There is a nice Tyler Hero headed our way for the Miami Heat. And a relic there for Tyler. Followed by another Heat hit. And this is KZ Okpala. That one, of course, signed. It's numbered to 149. So back-to-back hits for the Heat. And a numbered Kevin Durant to 75. That's for the Cavaliers. Oh, Andrew, you have you have the Grizzlies? Well, yeah, man, that is a good start for you. It is our glass card. And you know what? I'm so evil. I'm going to kind of treat it like I do the other redemptions. We're not going to flip over and see which player's on the other side until the very end. Oh, harsh, right? But we do know we have our glass card, so that's the good news. In that very first little mini box, which was loaded up there. Diamond Dave, you missed a 1 of 1 Ja Morant. That's the very first card we saw for the Grizzlies. So, yeah, that was the very first hit we saw. So that was a nice way to start the break. We have pulled our glass redemption, but we haven't yet flipped it over to see the player on the other side. So we'll be doing that towards the end of the break. Numbered to 75, you've got Cam Reddish and the Atlanta Hawks. A few more little base cards there. And the Heat are on fire tonight. This is another KZ Okpala. He just pulled one of his cards a second ago, and here he is again with an incredible patch. That's numbered to 20, and I kind of love that patch. I mean, that's a nice looking relic, man. Yeah, that is pretty sweet little hit right there. I like that bad boy. It makes me happy. And then we have the Spurs and Quinndary Weatherspoon. And Quindary's autograph, I guess, is not numbered. I don't see a number on it, so we're going to assume that it is not. Oh, no, Diamond Dave, I'm not teasing at all. We absolutely hit a 1 of 1 Ja Morant. No, man, see, right there. Yeah, right? Nice. Or maybe you're talking about the glass redemption because I won't let you guys see it early. Well, I know that is terrible if you're talking about that. I'm bad like that. I always save the redemptions for the very end. I like to save something to have us look forward to, you know. To 75, the Lakers, there is Kalen Horton Tucker. And Victor Oladipo and the Pacers have a relic for us. And the Spurs with Luka. And Luka here, not Luka Mavericks, Luka Spurs, is not numbered, it doesn't seem. Oh yeah, Aaron, that 1 of 1 Ja Morant is a huge card. Oh yeah. Yeah. That card is worth a lot of money. And Andrew, actually, if you want me to put that in a one-touch, I'm happy to do it. I know different people have different feelings about one-touch cards when they have a little of that hollow foil kind of surface. I personally have no issues with it, but some people don't like it, so you can let me know what your preference is since you're on here. It's to 199, that's Kyrie Irving for the Nets. This is a good place to talk about the fact that you're going to see some cards where they're in the uniform of one team, but there's another team noted on the card. The photos aren't updated. Over here you see the little note about when and where he was traded. It's always going to go to the team that is shown on the card, which does not always correspond with the uniform that the player is wearing. And that was to $199 if I didn't say that already. Well, Diamond Dave says don't one-touch it if you grade it, but listen, I've one-touched a $100,000 card that was a Bowman Chrome, and it came back with a perfect 10 surface grade. So, again, I don't really believe that to be an issue, but I know people do. So, there's Isaiah Roby, and that is numbered to 15 for the Dallas Mavericks. So, that's why I always ask. Everybody's got their own opinion about it. For the 76ers, that is Matisse for our autograph. I always butcher his last name, so we're going to stick with Matisse and not wade into the waters of trying to pronounce the last name. All right, so Andrew's going to go with the don't one touch it camp, so you got it, man. We will not do that. For the Golden State Warriors, that is numbered to 199, Eric Pascal. And there are a couple of base cards. Another hit for the Heat. They have definitely done well tonight so far. You got Jimmy Butler relic. And here come the Clippers with Mfiondu, another guy whose last name I don't do well with. That is to 149 for Mfiondu. Cabinagel or something like that, although I don't think that's quite it. Oh, Diamond Dave says he's had some bad one-touch experiences. I really never have. I mean, I've really never had a problem with a one-touch messing up the surface of a card ever. And as I said, even with Bowman Chrome, you know, that was a card that was worth about $100,000. And one touched that bad boy and sent it right on and came back, actually everything on it graded a 10 except centering, which came back and knocked the whole card down to a 9.5 because the centering was off, the one thing we couldn't control. For the Memphis Grizzlies, you have Jonas Valanciunas. That is numbered to 5, I think that says, for the Grizzlies. And here's a little base action. And the Lakers with Boogie Cousins. Definitely you can see over there in the lower right corner, we've got some minor chipping. It's not anything outrageous, but tiny little bit there on your Boogie Cousins relic. Behind it comes Mr. Okeke for the Magic, which I think is who Diamond Dave is looking for. That's numbered to 25. Nice looking group of relics, including a couple of what looks like hat relics or hat tags or something to do with the hat anyway. Tag or section of or something. For Okeke and the Magic. Okeke's your guy? Alright, so that made you very happy then. I'm glad that we were able to bring you one that you wanted. Lonzo Ball as a Pelican, numbered to 99. Same thing applies. I know he's in a Lakers uniform, but it's the team noted on the card that makes the difference. Base for the Cavaliers and the Warriors. Comes a little rookie threads action for the Washington Wizards and Admiral Schofield. That's a nice relic as well. It's numbered to 25. And we've got some retired ink for the Rockets with Sam Castle. And is Sam numbered? Yeah, he is numbered to 49 over there in the corner. I did remember that they had included a little veteran ink in here this year. They seem to have been kind of messing with the formula of Absolute Basketball for the last few years. They've changed it. It seems like every year they've made a few changes here and there, and one of the things they did this year was to bring back a little veteran ink. And you know what? I think I see another glass redemption. Yeah, you heard that right. I think we double bagged A case hit. Like, how often does that happen? Not very. Not very often. So, I'm kind of grooving on this case right now. One of one Ja Morant. A pair of case hits, which by definition we should only see once, but we've seen twice. And who knows what else we're going to find. To 199, the Clippers. There's Mfiondu again. John needs some Zion Williams. All right, let's get you some Zion, man. Williamson. What did I say? I said Williams, didn't I? Zion Williamson. I don't know. My mind is wandering a bit. Because I'm all, like, interested to know who's on the other side of those glass cards. And it kind of distracted me a minute because I kind of want to know. And we have two and we should have had one. And I don't know. Sent me off in my head. Romeo Langford and the Boston Celtics. Followed by Cody Martin for the Charlotte Hornets. And Cody is numbered to 175. Diamond Dave, glass is always a redemption. Yes. There are never live glass cards in any absolute, never have been. Because they are quite heavy cards. They are literally like etched glass cards. That's numbered to 99. It's for the Hornets with Terry Rozier. So you don't, yeah, they would never put those in packs. The way these things are tossed around by UPS and whatnot, they'd probably all arrive broken, I would imagine. Pelicans and Hawks have base cards. Next up, a Ty Jerome for the Phoenix Suns, rookie threads. And then we have Rui Hachimura. Very nice. Another rookie ink that we want to see. And we've got kind of a some chipping, a little bad point down there, lower left, maybe a tiny bit upper left as well. But lower left was definitely the worst of the two. And Hachimura is numbered to 10. So that's nice. A 1/1 Morant. Hachimura to 10. 2 case hits. Now we just need to come in here and find Zion, don't we? Well, yeah, Jay Allen, there could be regular redemptions in here. I don't know if there are, because obviously I didn't watch any breaks today, and this is my first break of it this year. So for sure, there could be redemptions for other things in here. So maybe I read the question wrong. If I did, I apologize, Diamond Dave. I thought you were asking me if the glass cards were always redemptions. But maybe you were asking me, are the glass cards the only redemptions? So I apologize if I read that incorrectly. Jay Allen keeps me on the straight and narrow, which is a good thing. Numbered to 99, Biatsi, or something sort of like that, for the Pacers. Biatsi. That's not quite right, but anyway. Celtics and the Trailblazers. Dallas Mavericks are going to bring home a relic for Dirk Nowitzki. And that means by default, this one's going to be ink for the Spurs. And it's Keldon Johnson. My former University of Kentucky basketball player, Keldon Johnson. Jay Allen says he still needs something for his Jazz and his Kings. All right, I'm working on it, brother. Trying my best. That's numbered to 199 for the Bulls. You would have Zach LaVine on the other side of it. Got base for the Suns and the Nets. A Nets autograph, or could be relic. I don't know why I assumed it'd be the autograph. It's probably the relic. Karis LeVert. Yeah, was the relic. Sorry. Got your hopes up, didn't I? Apologize. Our ink is going to be Carson Edwards here for the Boston Celtics. Carson is numbered to 199 with your trio of relics and your autographs there. Our 2 little case hits are hanging out up there in housekeeping, waiting for the big reveal. Yeah, it's kind of weird to just have this one break tonight, especially since it's such an easy break to do. But of course, when it was time to list for tonight is when I had family in last week, and they were in for several days, and it kind of threw off my listing schedule for 2 or 3 nights. So we got an easy night tonight, relatively speaking. Maybe comparatively speaking is how I should have said that. To 99 for the Suns, it's Devin Booker. But not to worry, we'll make up for that and more on Wednesday night. That's going to be a monster marathon break. Cavaliers and Hornets get some base. And here comes the Knicks. And this guy is pronounced, oh, I'm going to butcher this, Brazadzkis. That's not right, but it's sort of not right. I started saying sort of close, but I really don't think it is. That is a relic for the Knicks. And here come the Grizzlies again. We have got Brandon Clark, numbered to 149. Of course, the Grizzlies were already happy after the very first hit we saw. They don't, you got the Grizzlies, you're like, my night's already made. Who can blame you? That was a hell of a hit. Heck of a hit. Heck of a hit, I meant. Sorry. To 99, it is the Washington Wizards with one Bradley Beal. Our base cards are going to the Warriors and the Heat. Here comes a hit for the Jazz. It's Karl Malone. Most likely going to be a relic based on where it is in the pack. And our ink then by default is headed to the Washington Wizards with Justin Robinson, our signature. And Justin is numbered 225 over there on the side. We're closing in on it. We've got what is basically the equivalent of 3 boxes left, because remember, each box had a mini box in it. So Jay Allen said I sold everything else. No, there's still some other stuff down there. It's not all sold off. A lot of it I sold off, and I fully intend to sell more of it off before the end of the year. As I said the other night, I'm not going to carry over that as much inventory into 2020 as I carried over from 2018 to 2019. There is just no way. And I got rid of a lot of the stuff that we would normally use in mixers. Because honestly, when's the last time I've had time to put together mixers? Never. Not never, but we haven't done very many this year. Maybe 2 or 3 the whole year. And I used to do them all the time and just don't anymore. So sold off a bunch of that too. To 199 for the Suns, DeAndre Ayton. Currently suspended for PED usage, I do believe. To 199, Ja Morant, Memphis Grizzlies. We've got base for the Warriors and the Warriors. And base over here for the Warriors and the Wizards. How about that? 3 out of 4 base went to the Warriors. Can't say this guy's name very easily. Diumbo. I know that's wrong. I butcher it. I'm sorry. And that is a pretty nice looking little card as well, isn't it? It's numbered to 5 for the Pistons. Part of a tag of some sort there. And the Trailblazers have CJ McCollum coming around your way with some relics, a little thread there. Jay Allen, you want Donovan Mitchell signature or a Karl Malone signature? Diamond Dave wants the Shaquille O'Neal autograph. That'd be good. I'd like to hit that too. Hey, this makes the Heat happy. You already hit a bunch of stuff, but this is probably really what you wanted. Tyler Hero Inc. Numbered to 49. Making you happy with Miami. And the Magic are going to hit another Okiki. And this will be a relic of some sort. Relic and autograph again. This one's numbered to 5. Hit a nice looking grouping for Okiki earlier. And an even better one here. Relics are very nice, especially those two. Numbered to 5 for the Magic. So, not too shabby. Sean's reminded me I got to try to find him some Zion. I know. We got to try to find you some. Trying to work the mojo for you. Hoping we can come up with something maybe. It would be good. There's going to be a numbered Tyler Hero. The heat are all over this tonight. All right, for the Lakers, that is to 199. It is Kalen Horton Tucker. Tyler Hero to 199. Miami Heat. Some base cards. The Warriors and the Trailblazers. Followed by the Heat and the Bucks. The Denver Nuggets, Paul Millsap, probably a relic based on where we see it here in the lineup. And then we've got something here for the New Orleans Pelicans, but it's not who you wanted. It's Nickeil Alexander-Walker with a relic. Then we've got some ink for the Jazz with Justin Wright-Foreman. And that is numbered to 49. And I believe we're about to make somebody pretty happy right now. Because look who I have in my hand, in my hot little hands. Oh yeah, Zion Williamson at the part in the pack where there should be ink on the other side. Yeah, it is. That is numbered to 25. So not only do we have it for you, we have it numbered to 25. How about that, Nola? This has been a very good case. I'm really happy with this case of Absolute along about now. We are in Last Box Mojo coming up. Of course, I think we just hit probably the mojo of the night right there on that. If not that one, the one of one Ja Morant. Both pretty awesome cards. But we still have a few more to look at, so let's get what we can. Derek had already spotted it. He's like, I see it, I see it. Yeah, you got good eyes. You already spotted it laying up there. I made it wait until last, didn't I? Well, because it was the best one out of that group, so, you know. Derek says it's the case of the year. Well, I don't know about that, because today's the first day of opening them, but I'll say I'm pretty happy with a 25 Zion Williamson and a 1 of 1 Ja Morant and 2 case hits. I'm happy with that. To 199, the Celtics, it is Carson Edwards. Then we have to 199, Nickeil Alexander-Walker for Nola. Got some base cards here for the Warriors and the Pelicans. Jackson Hayes was your rookie base. And then we've got base for the Spurs and the Jazz. Toronto Raptors and Kyle Lowry. You can see we've got some chipping down there on that lower left on the Kyle Lowry. I mean, most of these have minor imperfections, but if I see something that's a little more obvious, I do try to share it as we go along. Then the Celtics with a really cool relic for Grant Williams. And that bad boy is numbered to 5. I really do like that relic a lot. You've got your logo man from the basketball, the actual basketball. So I think that's nice. The Knicks, Kevin Knox, veteran ink. He's not terribly veteran, but he's a little veteran. Still good to have. And that is numbered to 10 for the New York Knicks. And our last one that is live in here heads to the Suns. It is Cameron Johnson and the Phoenix Suns, numbered to 199. Now, we've got a couple of glass redemptions that we'll flip over here in a hot second. But let's get our little stacks organized because we're going to recap here shortly. So we'll get our little stacks ready to go. And now let's see what our case hits are. All right, on the first one, it is Ben Simmons. It's going to be the 76ers, but of course we will go to the Panini website and verify the team as we always do on redemptions. And our second turning around is a little Jason Tatum. Not too shabby. All right, so we got Celtics and Sixers coming up on our glass. You know, usually you only get one of these a case. So, and I have actually seen cases in past years where sometimes they don't put it in at all, but that fortunately is rare. But probably that means, you know, we have 2 tonight, so that probably means that somebody somewhere is going to have a case where they have none. Which is why Panini always says on average, right? It's like a little CYA. But somebody somewhere is probably going to be opening a case and doing all kinds of cursing because they have no last redemption in their case. And we're going to be going, ha ha ha, all the way to the bank because, yeah, we have 2. All right, Absolute. Now we just have to get to our card set here, which is, of course, glass. Pretty easy, simple. Jason Tatum is number 17 on the list. And there you see he is the Celtics, and that is what we would have expected. Ben Simmons card number 13 is the Sixers, also exactly as we expected. But now it's all happily verified up on the screen for one and all to see. All right, let's recap this. After we recap it, we will once again take a look at your anticipated shipping date, and we will also look at what's coming up in the days ahead. So if anybody jumped in after we got rolling tonight and you're interested in that information, hang tight because it'll be coming up right after we do the recap. So the glass redemption for the Celtics goes to Jason Tatum. There's another glass redemption. This one's for the 76ers with Ben Simmons. Then we've got Phoenix Suns, Boston Celtics. That's a nice looking Admiral Schofield to 25 for the Wizards. You've got Lakers, once again, you know, ignore the uniform the player's in. It's the team that is shown on the card that matters. So there will be a few of those where team and uniform are different. This is another example of it. This is the Heat. And this little bad boy right here, numbered to 15, is headed to the Dallas Mavericks. And then you've got the Pacers. Another really handsome relic, numbered to 20 for the Heat, is Akpala. Got some basic relics for the Heat and the Atlanta Hawks. And then we've got Kevin Knox. That one is numbered to 10 for the Knicks. The Wizards, I'm sorry, not the Wizards, the Raptors. Why am I saying the Wizards? I don't know. Wonderful Wizard of Oz, right? The Denver Nuggets. We had actually a pair of nice Okikis for the Magic. This is probably the nicer of the two. It is numbered to 5. Got some really good looking relics there on it for the Magic. Then you have the Trailblazers with a relic, and the Jazz have a relic. The Knicks with 1. The Nets with 1. And there's another base relic. That one's for the Mavericks. Keeping in mind that most of these, especially the thicker ones, do have some minor edge and corner imperfections, usually more noticeable on the back, most of which we probably caught and pointed out going through the first time, but we don't always look at the backs the second time. That was to $199 for the Suns. This is a little beauty right here. It's numbered to 5. I love that we got the logo man from the actual basketball. I think that's a fun hit for the Celtics with Grant Williams. And there's one of the big men of the hour from this case. We've got 2 really exceptional hits. This is one of them. It is Zion Williamson to 25 for NOLA. Pelicans striking big. Justin Wright Foreman, that is numbered to 49 for the Jazz. There's NOLA with a relic for Nickeil Alexander. Nice little Tyler Hero autograph to 49 for the Heat. A tag for the Pistons. That is numbered to 5. Part of a tag, anyway. Not the whole tag, but a chunk of it, I guess we should say. Washington Wizards, numbered to 25. Followed by, numbered to 149, the Grizzlies with Brandon Clark. Here's Carson Edwards to 199 for the Boston Celtics. We don't want to leave San Antonio out of the party. There's a Keldon Johnson autograph for the Spurs. The Wizards hit this nice Rui Hachimura. I had about forgotten about that being in this case. That's to 10. It's another really nice hit out of the case. A little imperfection on both of those left corners, both lower and upper. Cody Martin, that is the Charlotte Hornets, and Cody was numbered to 175. You got Sam Castle here to 49 for the Rockets. Here's your other Okiki. It's numbered to 25. It's almost as nice as the one that was numbered to 5, so both of those excellent hits for Okiki and the Magic. And the Clippers bring home Mfiondu Kabengele to 149. And here's Matisse for the 76ers. And the Spurs strike again. This one is numbered to 175 for Luka Samanic. I know I didn't say that right, but anyway. And this is a thing of beauty right here. The Memphis Grizzlies and Ja Morant, 1 of 1. Oh, yeah. That is a little sweetheart of a card right there. And, you know, it does, again, have some very minor imperfections on the corners, especially on the back. But that's true of most of these cards, but it's very minor. And probably had that not been blue on the one side, wouldn't have even been noticeable. But with half of it being blue and the other side of the card being white, the blue side is barely there, barely noticeable. For the Spurs, Quinndary Weatherspoon. And this little card right here to 149 is KZ Okpala for the Miami Heat, which wraps us up as far as the actual break and the recap. But as I promised you, I am now going to give you some information about shipping and what you can expect to see broken in the days ahead. We're going to do both those things. So Tuesday is the anticipated shipping date for this break tonight, and if I can get it out the door sooner than that, I will certainly do so. Not a ton of cards in here, so it is possible that it might go out sooner, but since I'm not 100% certain, I'm going to leave it set for Tuesday, and if I can get it out faster, I, of course, will do so. If anybody got skunked in this break, and by skunked, I mean you did not pull a single card of any sort, you will still get a package in the mail, and it will have consolation card or cards on it, and it will ship when the rest of the break goes, which is always how it works when they are paid shipping breaks. So here's what we look like in the days ahead. Tomorrow night, we're going to open Flawless Baseball by the half case. It is a loose box from a shared case. We're going to open a full case of Immaculate Football. On Sunday, it's going to be a half case of Leaf mini helmets, a half case of Gold Label Baseball. Those are loose boxes from a shared case. And a 5-box break of Dynasty Baseball. Those are loose boxes in a case quantity. On Monday night, we're going to start at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, because we have a new release. I know, right? Because it's Cyber Monday, though. Rookies and Stars Football. We're going to break a full case of that. And we will also break that night a half case of Leaf autographed football jerseys and Immaculate Football by the half case, which is loose boxes from a shared case. On Tuesday night, it will be a full case of Leaf autographed full-size football helmets, half case of Flawless Baseball, and an 8-box inner case of Playbook Football. Wednesday night's going to be the backbreaker. We will start at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. There are 4 new releases, and there's going to be a lot of cards broken on Wednesday night. That's why we're doing most of the stuff as half cases, because of the sheer volume of the night. So we'll start off with a 10-box half case of Elite Extra Edition Baseball. Following that will be a 12-box case of Obsidian Football. That's a 1-pack per box kind of product, I believe. It was last year, I think, anyway. So even though it's a full case, I don't think that one will take us too awfully long. A half case of Prism Basketball. That one's going to take us a while, but it'll be worth it. And those are loose boxes from a shared case on Prism Basketball. Then we'll open a half case of Bowman Draft Jumbo Baseball, and that will take forever and ever and ever. And one last little note there, Elite Extra Edition Baseball, there are two, besides our regular team bidding categories, there are two additional bidding categories. One of them is for all Team USA cards, and the other one is for any unsigned international players. If we pull international players that have signed with a team, they will, of course, go to the team they are signed with. But if they are completely unsigned, they would go to that other category. All right. So that, kids, I believe, has us all wrapped up and ready to go tonight. I know, quick and easy night, wasn't it? So thanks again, everyone, for being here. Really appreciate you joining me on Black Friday. I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. If I do not see you again tomorrow night, I hope I will see you again soon. In the meantime, take care, enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Bye.